there was this part of letting the boy sleep with a girl after the healing or something. There were things like that. There were girls who were just trained for that.
Ish.
Imagine.
Yeah. That is me, I don't know what to think about circumcision. But if you have anything else you want to talk about it.
They were gifted also.
Okay.
And they were done in that way. And it was believed that it has to be very careful because witches would take your skin and go and do their things. Actually, there are those beliefs to this day that if someone takes your skin, circumcision, they can
do something
about your manhood, your ability to give
get babies or to
pregnancies.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ama uko jambe kwa kitanda.
Tutakufunga tu diaper kwani iko nini?
Nikufunge wewe na mtoto pia diaper. Go and look for your skin. We will not put diaper.
Mungu atatusaidia. Anyway, moving on, let's talk about building of homesteads. Mko na homesteads?
We did.
How are they built? Kwanza how are they built? As in what material was used?
I even lived in one when my dad Simba was still there. It was a thatched house. Nyasi, that is thatched, and then they would use wood. Let me say timber, mud. And then after the mud, they would take cow dung and some mud, and they would mix. Again. Because we had cows, we had cow dung for
free.
Yeah. And then, but to this day, there are actually people who still do it on their floor.
And it smells yuckish when it's still fresh.
But after some time, it's just okay. Even you can paint over the cow dung. Actually, you can do that.
Yeah.
So they put the cow dung in the hureresia. It's called unareresia.
Yeah.
Nicely. And women used to know, and they would even take things like aloe vera or leaves, and they would just, when it's wet, they would draw, and they would use different kinds of the color of the soil, soil from the river.
It's different.
Then there's white also, and deep brown. So they would make
art. I know the differences. They do art.
They do a lot of art, and the arts would look so beautiful. And people use them in resorts. People do that in resorts these days.
If you go to
and that's how our houses were made, and it was so nice. And the men used to do it.
It's the men.
The women would do the final kureresia because they believed our hands were more flexible and smooth, and we did the beauty.
That looked like a house chore. Other than and then was there any order? Like, was the man of the home told your hut is okay? Was he sleeping in a different hut from the wife?
Yeah, especially with polygamy.
Yeah.
And he would call each wife to his hut. A wife would live with the children in their hut.
Okay.
So the day he feels like I want nataka huyu,
so he
would be called to his hut. Yeah, and the boys after circumcision they stayed in their own simbas. So the homesteads kulikuwa na many small
huts.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, that's good.
Yes.
I really didn't. I don't think I knew that. Sawa, education, mko mnasoma? Why you guys going to school?
Where? Which school? Montessori? No. Actually, in the Luya community. Aki, my people, I love you.
I know.
Lakini we refuse the education. Us.
Yeah.
The Kabras people, I feel like we embraced education late. Because even when you go to our area, and you hear very much. Sijui, msichana Kakamega, how many years you know, Kakamega is mainly our Kabras and Isuka, but Isuka people are learned. Very learned.
Yeah.
But you see, with Kabras people, we didn't embrace education that sometimes a girl even to this point I think we are street smart to this point, but if we were street smart we would be making money. Those people are scared of making money. watarogwa wakufe. They don't so it's you don't see
There's
development around the area, and you know when you're educated you
definitely want to upgrade.
You upgrade. Girls get to kitu kama class 8 and they don't want to continue, and it's a culture that was not embraced. So I feel like in the Luya community you see the Maasai, I think the way the Maasai held to their culture, I don't know if it's cow keeping thing, I don't know. But the way the Maasai has kept to their culture, the Kabras people kept to their culture so much. It was hard for them to embrace education. I think they felt like it was too limiting because they felt like as long as I've eaten, nimeenda. And they still count on cows these days. He'd rather have cows than go to school.
Wow.
But
at least they were undergoing some training or something.
Yeah, from their parents. The ancient ones, of course, before school, girls would be taught by their moms, their grandmas, and the boys would go hunting when they reached of age. They would start with the small hunting like birds, I think, and rabbits and such. And as they grew, they were shown how to hunt the bigger, because it was a pride to be a known hunter. And people would girls would want you. Of course. People would want to be your wife.
The way people like footballers, like girls just die for footballers. Hot musicians who never saw the nini of school. I'm the one who brought you to this. Kumbuka ile saying ati P squared alikuleta hapa. Haya. Rudi nje, P square akulipie uingie. So in short, education guys, apart from just...
But although there are people, lately I've seen some improvement. But as I was growing up, Ocha ilikuwa Ocha.
Proper.
English was a problem. You would not speak English there, by the way. You would speak English and people... I'm not saying that I'm proud because I can speak English, but you see when it becomes a language that...
you only talk in the city.
Unites very many...
communities.
Not just communities, but the world. You need it. So
direct,
you need it. So these days at least you could see children speaking in Swahili, which was rare. It was very difficult when you go home, you know Swahili, and you try to communicate with the children so that you can play, and it's hard. They're even scared of you. Sijui wanafikiria you're removing what from your mouth. Braids was something else, but now now I see people. Even when you take girls from home,
at least they're up at least wamesoma.
They're trying. People go to university these days, and we have the Muliro there. It's really inspired some youth
schooling and going to and just embracing
and also the government has been trying with the chiefs, finding just kids sitting around doing nothing, boys playing Simbi or whatever, the ancient gambling things. Things for fun. And these days munachapwa when you are gotten there, you go to school, so it's really helped.
That is awesome. Property inheritance, tell me about it. Were girls allowed to inherit property?
Ulisikia wapi?
Nilisikia juzi ati muli inherit property.
Kwenu mna inherit property wapi? You the viewer, you are watching us. Hey guys, we have so fun. Even when we are girl child,
we are sorry.
Girl child, yani,
we are just parabulating
the things for your father. They cannot even give your mother.
I know.
They cannot even give you. If there is no boy, your uncle, or the community, it was considered that only your son would take your inheritance. That's why men looked for sons, so that what they've worked so hard for. And more boys was wealth, because you see the wealth used to accumulate. Your father will live, you will make more, you will live for your son, you will make more. So that's how they used to make wealth. And when you have daughters, your wealth ilikuwa inagawanyishwa, and you would remain with nothing. And your wife would be inherited. That's part of inheritance. Your wife is inherited.
She's property
by your brother. We do it, I think, like Luos.
It's Luos. But then that's not a big deal. It's actually not a big deal.
Even up to now, by the way, if you want,
you can inherit.
You can be inherited by the brother.
Amongst the primitive lunges.
If you want, you go. The cousin to your late husband. So your inheritance would go to your sons.
Yeah.
And
Plus
if
the
you
fact
didn't
that people
have-
are polygamous, at least you're sure that your stepson will inherit
you will inherit.
or whatever.
But now you are very very
Unfortunate.
disadvantaged.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a son, you're going
to face it rough.
yeah,
Itarushwa tu
you
huku na
face
huku
it rough.
kama
even
mpira ya
the
basketball.
property, even the bride price that will be brought for your daughter cannot be given to you, a woman.
Yeah, true.
It will go to your stepsons
Yeah.
or your brothers-in-law. It was that bad.
Well,
Glad all that is gone.
thank you Jesus, I was born today, not jana. Hey, those days man, ningekuwa tu nalia.
Me too.
Hey, I think
Or maybe I would have to be a man.
Or probably I would become a rebel. Wale madem.
Wale
Go down history.
Taboo, excommunicated. You cannot come back to your home. Most ones.
Last but not least, let's talk about child naming.
Okay. So
Yay.
children, of course, bundles of joy.
Actually nimefanya naongea sana, but don't worry, it's the last but not least, and I'm glad you guys are still watching. Thank you so much. So acha ongele child naming, death, and we'll be like
but not now.
Yeah.
So our children were named by our women.
That is also weird.
Yeah. But there are rules on naming. Despite you naming as a woman, lazima tu akuweke rule. Aki sisi. Anyways.
Walikuwa naona ni sisi ni wajinga sana.
I don't know. Hey.
Mko mnatubeba aje?
Jamen.
Maragwe kwata? Ama ni nini hiyo bwana? Anyway.
No. So even the child you give birth to, when you're naming, there are rules.
Yeah.
You follow those rules, and there are consequences if you didn't follow. So if your first child will be named after the paternal side, sometimes even the second one, and the third one can now come from the maternal side. The name, and now the first name would be given. Maybe by the mother, she would name according to how she likes the name, and then your name, that your identity now comes from your paternal side. Like the way I was named, I'm a girl, I'm the firstborn, so I was named Nanyama. That's my
grandmother's name.
Yeah, but since I was first, I was named after my grandma. There was also naming according to time, seasons. Not like the Luos that in morning, evening, but we had time, like a season of cold, a season of drought, hunger,
health, wealth, a lot of meat,
things like that, and a lot of meat, like me. That's my name actually. Nyama, it means that. I was born during hunting times. I'm telling you, Nyama ilikuwa hivi. Or I don't know if they had raided and they had cows.
I know.
Ama ningetwa ngombe or something. I can't do it.
Inzof is elephant.
Yes, Inzof is elephant.
Yeah.
But now the naming was according to that. And if you named your child, if you rebelled, and named your child without the order that you've been given, there are consequences, and they were painful. I'm telling you.
What?
They believe that your child would die, and belief is very.
Maybe those days, I think they would enchant.
Very weird.
I think they would enchant Nini to those spirits, and then those spirits will just come and kill.
And you know when you say belief, I mean, like, look at the Indians. It works for them. Whatever they believe in. The Christians, it works for us. You know, Islam, it works for them. So you can imagine someone who does those funny things. It still works for them, right? So you're imagining this child of yours that you've named according to, like, I named my child according to my dad because I love my dad, and that child dies. And they don't even live long. And they keep dying until you name them correctly. Sometimes you'll be visited by a spirit, a dead person in your dream, and you see them, in good light, not that amekuja kuku.
Amekuja kismile.
They're smiling, or they just said hi. It means they want you to name that child you're carrying.
After
them. Things like that. We had many.
Okay. So apart from Nanyama, which other name is associated with the Kabras? But Nanyama is also Bukunye.
Nanyama is not Kabras.
So
we have Hisa.
Hisa is also Bukunye.
But we have it actually.
Okay.
And then, but we share names. Okay. It's like the Kisa. Ouma Suji Auma is Luo, but we have it in
Kisa.
So we have, and then we have Tie.
Tai.
That one is.
Hiyo nayo nimesikia tu kwenu.
Actually, I've never myself. I don't know if they. I don't know. But it means a small bird.
Oh, Tieto
Yeah,
is a small
a
bird.
small
When your
bird.
dad was tiny.
I think he was tiny. But he was named a small bird. I don't know.
Okay, Titan.
So, but it applies with me. I'm just tiny like that. It's okay. I'm the tiniest in my home. I don't know why. So the Swali.
Swali.
It's Swali, but Swali.
Oh, pronunciation.
Yes,
different.
It's different.
Yes.
There's Taraja.
Taracha.
Taraja.
All right.
And then there's for girls I've had
C30.
wow.
C30 is also
the C30. Yeah. But now I think there's some people who pronounce it differently. Sometimes names are the same.
Yeah.
We have Mutungi, Chirato,
Maina.
Yeah, Maina, by the way, that one Maina is very controversial. People think that when they hear Maina, they think it's Kikuyu. But my great granddad, his name was Maina. There's Maina for Luya.
The Great Hunter.
Yeah, the Great Hunter.
Huyo alikuja na nini?
And something funny, he was dark. Very dark. He was a very dark man. So
akaoa mzungu.
Mkatokea hivi. Sijui hata kuliendaje. Labda alitoka na bibi Egypt. Yeah.
So that was about naming. Now, last but not least, you're going to talk about death. When people died amongst the Kabras, what happened?
First of all,
what was the ceremony like?
Hey, my friend, to this day, this day, you know, where there is someone who has died, we eat. It is not
nahamia huko. Just like Luo.
With your children, with
the whole village.
After your dogs. Your cows,
correct.
They will eat that grass that day. Grass ya kwenye kumekufu.
Correct.
So, although on a serious note, we respected dead bodies so much to a point that if it's a husband, you would sleep next to their body.
If you're the
wife, and tell them bye bye, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You would sleep with your dead
husband or wife.
Yeah. I don't know if it comes to that. I could have done it.
I know. But let me tell you, like, you see the way when my dad passed on, me, I was not scared of touching his body. I think it's not possible.
You can
very possible.
I know.
You can touch the body.
Yeah, I
can whatever. You will feel nothing.
I've actually touched dead bodies, and I have respect for dead bodies because at once they carried a very important person to you. Yeah. So I don't mind touching the dead body and everything. But I don't think I will sleep. Yeah. I will lie there. But if it's a must, if it's a must, gun on my head, I will lie, but
me hata si ati it's a must, me I can just sleep.
Not husband. Kuna vitu zingine alikufanyia mlikosana hapo. You know, with your dad, it's love.
Even me I can.
No, you can.
My dad.
Your dad, yes.
My dad, ile kumguza nilikuwa naguza.
You can dress them. You can even hug them. You know, there are people, you knew them, right?
See, this is not your husband. It was more than your dad. Imagine I can sleep. You see big. Okay. Nisikae kama mchawi
sana. Yake bahati mbaya ifanye hivi.
But I don't think that room you are sleeping alone.
Hey, you are alone. Where? Wewe na huyo. Well, you are alone. No one helps you. You are alone. I think the goodness of polygamy. Hapa ndo kuna uzuri ya polygamy. Tutalala wote.
For real.
Tutalala saa
because I know Luos, ikifika 3 am, body inarudishwa kwa first wife. Tena the next night inapelekwa. Ikifika 3 am.
But the body used to stay in the community for a long time before being married. I don't know what they used to use before the formalin. But I think they had some nice herbs.
Ama hakukuwa na mind ya harufu, kwani kitambo watu walikuwa wamestyle up anyway.
You've smelled dead people. Kama ndo upendo itafika place nyingine utashinda. If they don't have dawa. You know, kitambo, me remember anyways, so and I was a child and I remember the smell. It's different. It's not like the way at Nzoga imekufa.
Imagine me, I couldn't tell my dad was.
But he was under very good care. Oh, very good care. You can imagine.
Yeah, because abedeyo mwili kwaitwa harufu yoyote whatsoever.
We didn't.
Anyway,
we are grateful for those things now. People can take care of dead bodies and just
treat the body.
But there are ways. I think there are ways of people taking care of the body, because even when Christ died, you had there were some things they used to apply. I think they would remove the intestines or flash or whatever
can cause the
smell, and then they would just be using some herbs in your mouth
to apply. Yeah.
But sir, they would
So now, after the person dies, yes.
After sleeping with on the day of the burial,
yes.
The cow that is slaughtered, the skin is dried just kidogo, so that they can wrap you in the hide. It's a hide, right?
Yeah.
In the hide. Then you would be buried in a way that the grave is dug.
Yeah, it's like an L.
It's like an L.
But
it's
inside
dug that
ground.
way. Then inside the ground they go
they dig another hole,
like the Islamic people actually.
Yeah.
They would go that way and make another hole that way. So they would put you in that space, covered in the hide, so that the soil that they put back doesn't go on you. And they would use sticks to cover this hole.
Yeah.
The hole that
the one that went down vertically.
Yeah, they would use sticks and leaves to cover it completely, so that there's no soil that goes that way. Yeah, then they would just bury.
And that was it. Within the compound.
Within, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That one I didn't know. Me, I just know somewhere in Kakamega County again, if you are a king, you're buried seated.
Yeah, yes. Is it Kakamega? Those Mumias Nabongo people.
Nabongo it is, yes, Nabongo.
See, those are the Mumias. Those are Samia people.
Wanga,
the Wanga, yes.
Wanga.
Yes.
Yeah, they would bury their dead well seated.
Some would even bury in the living room. Where you people live, hapo chini kuna ancestors wenu.
Horror.
Yes.
Wala. Wale.
Not us, lakini.
No. That's very wrong, one.
And they would believe that they're still living with you. That's what they say. And actually at night, during burials, they don't sweep. And they don't close doors.
Oh, it's because it's like you're sending away that spirit.
Yeah, so they leave it open so that when you feel like you want to come and see the home you used to live in, you come.
But when you want to walk out, go away, out.
We want to go out and then
that is very limited. See how to pick it out, even others. What else can we say? What else haven't we talked about?
Nothing.
Comment down below anything else that you want us to talk about. And if you still want her back on set, please let me know. I will always get her. She's got her. Zamaniaje.
I do.
So guys, all said and done. Thank you so much for watching. I think until next time, it is goodbye.
Jackie